Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss about security threats in e-commerce environment. Myself, Dr. P. Sathya, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Erode Arts and Science College, Erode. Let's go with a summary of top 10 e-commerce security threats. E-commerce security threats are causing havoc in online trading. The industry experiences up to 32.4% of all successful threats annually. Hackers usually target e-commerce store admins, users, and employees using a myriad of malicious techniques. Are you experiencing credit card frauds, scamming, phishing, bandits, DDoS attacks, or any other security threats? There are just so many e-commerce frauds that are plaguing the industry currently. In this blog post, we have tried to list down the common threats of e-commerce: financial frauds, phishing, spamming, DOS and DDoS attacks, malware, exploitation of known vulnerabilities, bots, brute force, man in the middle, and e-skimming. First one, financial frauds. Even since the first online business entered the world of the internet, financial fraudsters have been giving business to headache. There are various kinds of financial frauds prevalent in the e-commerce industry, but we are going to discuss the two most common of them. First one, credit card fraud. It happens when a cyber criminal uses stolen credit card data to buy products on your e-commerce store. Another form of credit card fraud is when the fraudster steals your personal details and identify to enable them to get a new credit card. Then next one, fake return and refund fraud. The bad players perform unauthorized transaction and clear the trail, causing businesses great losses. Some hackers also engage in refund frauds when they file fake requests for returns. Second one, phishing. Several e-commerce shops have received reports of their customers receiving messages or emails from hackers masquerading to be the legitimate store owners. Such fraudsters present fake copies of your website pages or another reputable website to trick the user into believing them. Third one, spamming. Some bad players can send infected links via email or social media inboxes. They can also leave these links in their comments or messages on blog posts and contact forms. Once you click on such links, they will direct you to their spam websites where you may end up being a victim. Fourth one, denial of service and distributed denial of service attacks. Many e-commerce websites have incurred losses due to disruptions in their website and overall sales because of distributed denial of service attacks. What happens is that your servers receive a delete of requests from many untraceable IP addresses, causing it to crash and making unavailable to your store visitors. In a denial of service attack, an attacker attempts to prevent legitimate users from accessing information or service. In a distributed denial of service attack, an attacker may use your computer to attack another computer. Fifth one, malware. Hackers may design a malicious software and install in your IT and computer systems without your knowledge. These malicious programs include spyware, viruses, Trojan, and ransomware. The systems of your customers, admins, and other users might have Trojan horses downloaded on them. These programs can easily swipe any sensitive data that might be present on the infected systems and may also infect your website. Sixth one, exploitation of known vulnerabilities. Attackers are on the lookout for certain vulnerabilities that might be existing in your e-commerce stores. Often an e-commerce store is vulnerable to SQL injection and cross-site scripting. Let's take a quick look at these vulnerabilities. First one, SQL injection. It is a malicious technique where a hacker attacks your query submission forms to be able to access your backend database. They corrupt your database with an infectious code, collect data, and later wipe out the trial. Second one, cross-site scripting. The attackers can plant a malicious JavaScript snippet on your e-commerce store to target your online visitors and customers. Such codes can access your customers' cookies and computer. You can implement the content security policy to prevent such attacks. Seventh one, bots. Some attackers develop special bots that can scrap your website to get information about inventory and prices. Such hackers, usually your competitors, can then use the data to lower or modify the prices in their websites in an attempt to lower your sales and revenue. Eighth one, brute force. The online environment also has players who can use brute force to attack your admin panel and crack your password. These fraudulent programs connect to your website and try out thousands of combinations in an attempt to obtain your site's passwords. Always ensure to use strong, complex passwords that are hard to guess. Additionally, always change your password frequently. Ninth one, man in the middle. A hacker may listen in on the communication taking place between your e-commerce store and a user. If the user is connected to a vulnerable Wi-Fi or network, such attackers can take advantage of that. 10th one, e-skimming. E-skimming involves infecting a website's checkout pages with malicious software. The intention is to steal the client's personal and payment details. Conclusion: cybersecurity is very important if you are to succeed online. Hackers are getting better at their games, which means you need a dedicated team that will stay updated with security issues and provides around the clock protection to your website. Thank you for your patient listening.